what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm coming to you with a review for Marriage Boot Camp Season 12, Episode 2. Let's get to it really quick. Y'all, so the episode picks up where it left off with good old Amber. Amber is not going to make it through this program. Amber's going off on everybody, saying how you don't trigger an addict, saying that she's not staying. The counselor lady comes up and asks Amber what the problem is. Well, y'all know what the problem is. Amber feels like they are picking on her. They're trying to get a reaction out of her, and it's effed up. Well, this is what boot camp is about. Boot camp is about getting a reaction out of you. We did it to everybody. You are not special. I think that's what Amber needs to realize. Going through is not particular to just you. Everybody's doing the same stuff here, so get over it. Amber's mad. She feels like they're singling her out. And then they let her know we wouldn't put real pills in here to trigger an addict, which I don't know why she didn't know that. Like, come on, Amber. Amber does eventually calm down. The doctor lets her know the reason why we got you in toddler beds is because that's how y'all handle situations, like kids. Y'all run away from everything. So that whole family is just, it's exasperating. Now, the following day, there's going to be these different activities that everybody's going to have to do as a part of the boot camp. So there's a sound booth. And in the sound booth, everybody is supposed to let out their feelings, things that they've been afraid to tell their family members. Let it out in this booth. Renee, their family is actually going to be the first ones up. If you ask me, Renee ain't held back not damn time with nobody. I am almost 100% sure that Renee has said everything that she needed to say to everybody in her life. So a sound booth ain't going to make no difference. But according to the doctors, they're not going to hear anything you have to say. And the family is not going to hear what you have to say. But we all know this is boot camp, so it's a lie. The family is eventually going to hear what you said in that booth. I'm sure of it. So Renee gets in the booth, and Renee is Renee. Okay, she's extra. She's dramatic. She has a lot of things going on at any given time. Renee she's bringing up an issue where her sisters, and I'm sorry, y'all. Last week, I got the two sisters confused. I kept saying Jen when I meant Lena, and Lena when I meant Jen. Lena is the older looking one. Jen is the younger looking one. Renee goes into this whole tirade of how her sister Lena lied on her in court and said that she was mentally unstable. You know, how are you going to say that about me? You're going to call me mentally unstable. You're going to play around with the fact that I was an addict. You know, she is full on wide-eyed crazy. Talking about how, now this is the part I did kind of feel sorry for her when she started crying and saying that it embarrasses her that she's an addict, that she's embarrassed. Her family will never know how much she hates herself about the fact that she is an addict. So that part kind of made me feel sorry for her because, you know, I can only imagine feeling like one little thing completely runs my life, and that one little thing is also killing me at the same time. I appreciated her saying that, and I appreciated her revealing that part of herself. All that other stuff she was talking about, I was confused. Then when Jen, the younger sister, gets in the booth, Jen is looking I'm scared of Jen. Okay, I am scared of Jen. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. I'm not even gonna be talking too much about Jen. Jen is in the booth, almost looking as if she about to drop a hot 16. Her face is very tense. She's very serious. She's talking about how Renee is draining her life. You need to get yourself together. We are tired of doing stuff for you. And she's going on and on about some other things. Lena gets into the booth. Lena looks at Jen and says, Jen, I don't have any problems with you. And see that right there? That set Renee off. Because how you going to say you ain't got no problems with her? So that means you got a problem with me. So you about to get in there and talk about me is what you about to do. You about to tell lies. Because you a liar. Lena is tired of people telling her she's a liar. She's not a liar. Lena also says a few other things in there about how Renee comes at her and how upset she is about the way that the sister speaks to her. Now, when Brandy and her father get in the booth, Brandy and her father, I can't really figure out 100% what the real issue is. Maybe that Brandy feels her dad is phony because when she was growing up, everything was sex, drugs, rock and roll. There was marijuana in their yard, and she think her daddy was a drug dealer. So this little sweet guy persona that he putting on, he need to cut it out. The daddy says that he read somewhere in the tabloids that she was an escort, and he believes that she was out there selling her body. Y'all, it's so stupid. I can't even help but laugh. But they said that the daddy was in there for about 45 minutes. I said, that daddy probably, You know how when you get older and you just get to talking, that daddy probably wasn't even talking about Brandy no more. Talking about that mama, probably was talking about his brother, probably was talking about this girl he used to screw named Brandy back in college. You know, he was probably all off subject, y'all. Amber and her family get in the booth, and for the life of me, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, I can't remember what they were talking about. I can't even remember what they were talking about because that's how much rage was going through Amber. Everything just sounded angry, angry, angry. She was fussing about who don't care about her. She was fussing about Matt. She was fussing about her mom not being there. She was fussing about everything, okay? Everybody tries to make me seem like I'm the bad guy because I'm the addict. And this, that, and the fifth. And because I've done it. Okay, Amber. And Matt's always fairly calm. He does say that Amber needs to get in control of her anger. We agree there. But he doesn't really put anything on himself. I noticed that. The mother just says that Matt needs to go. We don't want him. We don't like him. We don't trust him. And then we got the Joneses. Now, the Joneses are, like I told you, I don't believe that they have any issues. And when I say issues, I'm talking about for real, for real. I'm talking about like Amber issues. They ain't got it like that. They don't even got Renee in them issues. Their issues are very, very light in comparison to other families. Really, the person who is trying to get the participation out of everyone is Chrissy, and she is not getting it. The counselors are noticing that Jim doesn't take everything seriously. He's spinning with toys, and at one point in time, he was taking a nap and smoking a cigar. At the same time, I was worried about the furniture. And, yeah, it's just nobody really seems to be wanting to do the work but Chrissy. Get in the booth. Jim Jones said, I ain't got nothing bad to say about nobody. I don't got nothing bad to say about either one of them. I'm getting out. And that was the end of his. He was barely in there 5 minutes. Then we got Mama Jones, who does a little bit more. You know, she's fanning. Like, why is Mama Jones always fanning? I know that hot flashes are real, but is she going to be doing this every scene? Like, I just wish that Chrissy was just, you know, I just wish she was a little bit more family orientated, like the way she runs her home. I said, not family orientated, Mama Jones. Then Chrissy gets in the booth, and Chrissy is having a hard time. And for me, the things that Chrissy said in that booth kind of aligned to the person that she has been behaving like on those past episodes of reality shows. She was always fussing and she seemed argumentative, and you was just like, what is wrong with you, girl? Just be happy with your man. But now I kind of can understand. Chrissy says she feels like when she came into Jim's life, everybody's life got better. Him and the mama seemed to have some type of relationship that wasn't all the way there. And when she came into their family, everybody's lives got better. And she doesn't understand why people don't want to see that. And she feels like she's always fighting with both her, Mama Jones, and Jim for them to see her work. And she gets emotional about that. And not only is she emotional, but Mama Jones is crying. Mama Jones can't even hear her. She is just looking at her and she starts crying. So that's why I tell y'all, their relationship, they closer than what they trying to make it seem. Jim doesn't like to see either one of his women cry. I think tears make Jimmy uncomfortable. So he is just like, y'all got to stop all of this. Y'all got to stop. And she is very, very hurt. And even everybody else who's watching her is hurt. Sound booth activity is over. Everybody kind of has their downtime, their me time, but it ain't never downtime in marriage boot camp. During the downtime, Renee comes at her sister, and I'm talking about guns blazing. She is yelling. She is calling her the B word. She is calling her a liar, saying that you called me mentally unstable when you were about to get your ass nailed to the wall. You threw me under the bus. Who throws that sister under the bus? So I'm confused. Thank God for Jen. Jen comes in and lets us know, look, I was going to school. Okay, I couldn't keep Lena's kids when she was about to go to jail for whatever it was. She said that Renee couldn't keep her kids because she was mentally unstable. Basically, the lawyer presented it to her, you're going to have to find a way to be in your children's lives. If it means throwing somebody else under the bus, then do that. Excuse for Renee really was that she was mentally unstable, and that's why Renee couldn't take her kids. Her other sister was in college. Her sister couldn't take her kids, so I got to be out here for my kids, basically. If this was when Jen was in college, now Jen don't look like no spring chicken, okay? She don't look old. She probably younger than me, but I'm sure she didn't graduate college last year. So if this was more than 2-3 years ago, girl, why is we even talking about this? Why are you even bringing this up and getting in this girl's face and yelling at her? And you are unstable. Whether it's from your addiction or not from your addiction, you are unstable. And this is how I know you are, Renee. When you got mad, you're going to say, why would you call me mentally unstable? Why not just say I was on drugs? Is that better? Is a mentally unstable person not somebody who would get on drugs, and is a person who is on drugs, eventually not mentally unstable. Girl, you ain't making no sense. And side note, is Renee not the one who almost died trying to dip it, plug it, pop it, lock it, drop it, and get all that surgery done at one time? And that is the body? Is that the result of her almost death? I'm not saying she looked bad. I didn't say that. But what I am saying is that everything just looked bloated. She looks swollen. She looks gouty. Lena is running away. She don't want to talk to Renee. Why? Because Renee don't know how to talk to nobody. And she even tells the counselor that. I just want somebody to talk to me. I want some peace. I want people to talk to me like they have some sense. I don't want to be talked to nastily and evil. I don't want to be talked to like that. Yes, there was a time in my life where I wasn't right and I did do things that probably weren't the best. And maybe I did use her as a scapegoat. And maybe this is some of that coming back on me. But when is enough enough? And the counselor says, man, if you could talk to them like you talk to me, then you guys' relationship will be much better. How's she gonna talk? She gonna talk, counselor. Renee yells at everybody. She don't give nobody an opportunity to say nothing to her. All she does is carry on and yell, and then she called Lena a drug addict. And that's when Lena turned around and she said, off limits. It's off limits. I said, you done pissed Lena off. At another point during the downtime, we have Amber and Matt. Amber and Matt are outside, taking in a breeze. The mom is out there with them. Mama Jones was even out there at one point, helping to take in the breeze. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Matt said something about her anger child, but Amber gets up and says, you want to know why I'm so angry? Because you put your effing hands on me. That's why I'm so angry. I said, okay, now here we go with this. Here we go with this. All of a sudden now it's coming out that he put his hands on you. Now I'm not saying she lying because I don't ever want to say no woman is lying. I redid my curls, so they kind of like fluffy and flip-floppy. But I don't ever want to say no woman is lying about being abused. But that is not saying that he did not hit her. But then he's also trying to say that she's making it more than what it is. So he just keeps saying, oh, you're making me sound bad. Oh, you're making it. No, you're trying to make it. No. And Renee, who is now considered herself to be, I guess, like Amber's big sis, is the one who is handling Amber these days. I don't really remember when it happened in the show. I know I need to do better, y'all. But at some point in the show, Amber, Chrissy, and Renee are having a conversation where Chrissy, I wouldn't say she cool with Amber, but she says that they can start over and they can redo it. And Amber was just like, I know I'm young. I'm bipolar. I have this. So she getting turned up again in the midst of trying to apologize. And Chrissy is just like, what is wrong? You know what? Clean slate. Okay, that's all we gonna do. And even Renee I guess Renee sees a little bit of herself in Amber, and I can see that as well. Only difference is Renee wasn't 27 cutting up the fool on Mob Wives. Renee was probably into her 40s, but yeah, y'all. So that's Amber and her whole hoopla all together, one big shebang. Everybody get ready. Get dressed. It's activity time again. Jim Jones, if Jim Jones is not showing everybody at this point that he hates reality television, I don't know what else to say. He don't want to be there. He don't want to be there. He don't want to do the work. He's trying to take a nap. Chrissy is trying to get ready to go to the next event. Move on to the next event. Y'all tell me if Chrissy didn't come in there looking like marshmallow with goodness. That waist was snatched. The titties was right. The booty was right. She looked like everybody's favorite auntie walking in there. I said, you better do that, Chrissy. Everybody in the house really likes Chrissy, too. You can tell she running around there trying to be everybody's smooth auntie and counselor. She need to chill on that because ain't nothing worse than when you in the midst of your problems and somebody else in the midst of their problems. Both of y'all are driving a sinking ship. Don't tell me how to row my boat, baby. Row yours. Okay, don't tell me how to do me. But she running around there trying to be everybody low-key counselor. Even told Renee, it's nothing wrong with the things that you're saying, but it's the way that you do it. And that doggone Jen, y'all, I'm scared of Jen. Like, I'm scared of her. Did I tell you that earlier? So Jen is kind of looking at her like, girl, don't be telling my sister what to do. So even though she don't agree with Renee, she's still kind of looking at Chrissy like, you got your nerve. Like, that's how she was eyeballing her. I said, Jen, Chrissy. Now, who y'all think will win that fight? When they get to the other activity, the activity is about saying what it is that you feel. Okay, that's the big idea for the night. So when they get into the activity room, whose family? The Graziano family went first, all right? So they actually met before this activity with Judge Lantola. And Judge Lantola comes in. Y'all know how she's very, I like her, I'm just saying. She walked in the room and she was just like, hello, everyone. Say something deep and philosophical. Basically, y'all either gonna say it, okay, we can either reward you or we can either punish you. So that's kind of how the night's gonna go. They go in to do this activity and there's these snakes and there's these blindfolds. They take off their blindfolds and they're chained into this cage with the snakes. Now, the premise of the night is one of you need to confess what you said in that booth. And if you don't, we're going to start releasing snakes one by one. Go. I think Renee was the first sister to say something. And so she confessed something that she had said inside of the booth in relation to her addiction. Judge Tola said that is correct. She did say that. So they're saved. Sorry, y'all. I was eating and talking at the same time. They're saved from the snake pit booth and they get to get out. Next up is Brandy and her dad. Like I told you, they're not really, I don't feel like their issues are, I'm not saying that they're not deep, but the two of them they're fairly good at saying what's on their mind. So one of them confesses what they said in the booth. Brandy says she was not an escort. And so they're saved from the snake drop. When Amber and Matt and their family get in the booth, I never really know what happens with them because it always seems to go all the way to the max. What I do know is Matt is not willing to cop to the fact that he put his hands on anybody. Matt is also not willing to cop to the fact of saying what his wrongs and his faults are. They actually do release some snakes with Matt. And Matt is very, very uncomfortable, but eventually they do get Matt up out of there. But they're trying to show Matt that he is never willing to really say what it is in regards to himself, but he can point out other people's stuff. Then they get Chrissy and her family in there, Jim, Mama Jones. Chrissy. Mama Jones and Jim ain't having it. They immediately, I'm talking about, did they blindfold like this? And then it was that like, oh, no, we out of here. We getting out of here. They were gone. Like, pew. Chrissy looked down and she was like, by the time I got my blindfold off, these two was already pretty much gone. So I'm mad that they robbed me of the opportunity to do these activities. And even the counselor said, Chrissy seems to be the only one who really cares about doing this work. The other two are not deeply involved. And so when they go and they sit down, the man calls them on it. The black man, he says, Jim, what's up with you? You don't seem like you really want to do this. You're not really involved. Did you really want to come here? You're not doing anything to help these women in your life. They follow your lead. And Jim said, look, y'all do something that I actually came here for. Show me that y'all know what y'all talking about because I didn't bring my family out here for this. I didn't bring my family out here to be in no snake pit. That's not what we came here for. Mama Jones is on the same page. Like, I'm not doing anything like that. I don't do anything. I don't do snakes. I don't do it. So that's how they feel. Then they play the audio of Chrissy confessing what she confessed in that booth. And she immediately got emotional. Jim Jones got emotional and he was just like, okay, pretty good. Y'all got me. And it was just like, I didn't know you felt like that. I had no idea that you felt that way, which I don't know how he didn't know because she's been, I guess it's the way she's been saying it, kind of acting out in a way. Because Chrissy is always like, complain, you don't value me. You don't do this. You don't do that. So I guess I can kind of see that. But she was crying and he was trying to comfort her and Chrissy made the statement that they come from different worlds maybe, and maybe they don't believe in the premise of what they're doing, like therapy and psychology, and maybe that's not the way they handle things, but she knows that this is what she needs so that they can understand the things that she's been going through, and it's making her upset that they are robbing her of the opportunity to really improve this family. So when they get upstairs, Jimmy is kind of following her around because she's upset and she's pissed off and he is trying to comfort her once again. Mama Jones ends up leaving the room. Why? Because there's a turn up in the other room. Amber and Matt are at it again. And again, let me say, y'all, why is Matt so comfortable in that teenage bed? I mean, that nigga just be like, I mean, he just be looking at us, please just punch. They done called Matt's all kind of childish and done told him to shut up. Don't nobody got no respect for Matt on the show. But after the allegation of him putting the hands on her, Amber is yelling at him, trying to get him to admit it and saying, so you're saying I'm lying about you putting your hands on me. He said, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is you are putting, I think what he's saying is you putting more on it than what it is. It wasn't really like that. So they probably fought. They probably fought each other. But Amber's sick and tired of it. Renee, wasn't nobody even talking to her. But like I said, Renee done took on the plight of being Amber's older sister. So she come in there and she's just like, I don't respect any man who would put his hands on a woman. You are scum. Any man who would, she is yelling at him. Everybody's completely turned up. The house is, upside down. And I don't know if they're going to tell Matt to get up out of here or leave or what, y'all. So that's it, y'all. That's it. It's just craziness. I wanted to talk about it pretty quick because I'm so behind on my video schedule. And it's so frustrating because I don't know what to do to get it together and to pull it back right and tight and get it the way that I need it to be. But hopefully I'll get there soon. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to edit and upload it. Y'all fix my life from the last week. Hopefully. But if not, then I'll just start fresh and won't even worry about it. Although I did do the video. But whatever, y'all. Y'all have a good night and day, night, whenever you see this. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.